Welcome back to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I've got a deal for you. This one is I'm calling Waterfront Land in Washington. This one is in Kitsap County. It's across from Seattle. It's near Port Orchard. So the zip code is Port Orchard, Washington. There's a house right here that sold recently for $1,350,000. And then what this property is it's 3 house lots. You could build 3 houses along the beach here, looking at the water. I've had a couple people tour this property. Other people bought up the rest of the properties I had along here. I got 3 properties left, so 3 lots. I'm asking $333,000. Is basically $11,000 or $111,000 a lot. So $333,000 for the 3 lots. They've got septic. If I can reach, there's septic in the back here in the woods. There's a big area that's tested for septic. There's a specific area for each one of the 3 lots to have a primary septic location and a full backup location for each one of the 3 lots. So you have, in case something happens to the first septic location, you've got 100% backup for another septic location. Tested, not modern and ready to go, but tested. And if you did some final work to it, could be ready to go to put a modern septic system in there. Got engineering reports for the foundations of buildings or houses right along the water here, where you could build 3 houses on these lots, one in each one of the lots, right in the middle of the lot. That is, you can do concrete on slab. These lots are 80-foot wide lots. They're 10-foot wide easements on either side. So there's 60-foot. You could have a 60-foot wide house the way the regulations are set up. Now behind the house, there's a driveway. There's a road that runs through here. It comes down the hill here and comes in and feeds the house over here and goes along behind my head through here and feeds the half dozen houses up the other way. So there's some neighbors that use this road already. There's a water line that goes down that road that you could tap into if you're one of the first 2 or 3 houses built on this, newer houses built in this road. You could tap into that water line. I hear there's capacity for a couple more houses. There's a water well share agreement with the neighbors that you would tap into and work with the neighbors on that. If you want to do a separate one, or we got some wells. We got 2 water wells that are in the back of this property here, that there's an easement that goes over to these properties along here that I'm talking about. So there's an easement and 2 water wells to hook into. You could pick one or the other or both. They're both good, solid water, and you can go use those, and there's all kinds of water in the area. So there's a power line that goes down the road. There's a water line that goes down the road. There's 2 water wells behind the road that you could tap into in case you wanted more capacity than the water line that's going down the road. There's septic fields in the back to get rid of the poo. There's foundation engineering for each one of the 3 houses. So there's a recap on the explanation. Now let's jump into it on RealVacantLand.com. So I'm asking $333,997. So just a hair over $111,000 per lot. 1.66 acres total. These are lots right on the water. Like I was saying, they're 80-foot wide lots. You get 80 foot of water frontage. We got some pictures. Let's take a look at this. This is Seattle in the background, just up here. The property is down here. You're looking at Vashon Island on this side. There's a ferry that goes from this side to Seattle called, I forget the name of the ferry. Southworth. The Southworth Ferry is at the end of this peninsula here. You can take Southworth Ferry over to Seattle, and different people I've talked to give me different timelines. They say it's really busy or it's really easy, or yeah, but I mean, you can read your books and you can play on the internet and stuff like that while you're on the ferry over to town. You can go shopping, you could go to the office, you could go to a meeting. I don't think it's close enough to really commute from here on a daily basis to downtown Seattle, but it puts downtown Seattle in range to go to the airports and stuff like that by ferry. So here's another picture of the property. Look at how clear this water is. Just little bits of stuff growing on the bottom here and there. And you could put your house right here, and your dog could be swimming out there. When it's warm, you could go swimming out there. You could go kayaking, and I mean, I'd be trying to see what kind of fish you could catch along here. I wonder if you could catch Pacific halibut or what kind of fish you could catch in along here. If you guys know, I'm always open for fishing, right? If you know, if you like fishing in Puget Sound, could you put comments down below and tell me what kind of fish? Maybe it's some flounder, but I'm thinking Pacific halibut right along the coast there. Um, yeah, maybe some sculpin. The here's the neighbor house to the south, I believe it is, and then the property looking north. Here is the properties, and this is what people are doing. They're building them right on the beach. They're taking out some trees and building on the beach, and the hills up behind it. So there's a nice flat shelf along the coast here that you could build. I'd want to have like a fire pit and roast some marshmallows with the kids in the evening, something like that. Walk the dog up and down the beach. I'd be running the dog crazy on this beach. Here's a shot looking south. So here's the neighbor houses to the north. Here's the property here looking south down the coastline. Beautiful colored water. You can see the current going through there as the tide's going in and out, right? So that'd be fun to watch. There's a sailboat going by. This is Vashon Island out over, and if you know what mountain that is that Mount Baker? No, I should know what mountains those are. But so across from south, this would be south of Seattle. What mountains are over there across south of Seattle? If we're on Kitsap looking east, so looking east, what mountains are those? I'm not sure you're going to see those mountains from the property. You might just see a little bit of it or something sticking above the tree lines of Vashon Island on a clear day. You might see it. So here's a diagram we did. So the three I'm talking about right now is A, B, and C. So from the north, A, B, C. So 3 lots in a row with foundations for 3 different properties, 3 different houses fitting on there. You can see the little cartoon of the road. This is called Southeast Goat Trail Road. Here's a street view of the road. This is where, like out by where you would turn into the driveway into the property. Here's some more sky shots, sky views of the area, looking around, looking at it from the water, looking back down towards the property. Actual pictures of the property. Here's looking at it from above, looking down into the trees. There's a big flat area along here to build on, and then there's more hill back here. There's a nice boat streaming through the area. So lots of pictures and information. If you go to the description in this video, it'll take you back to my website. I'll put a link in there, and you can look at this, look at more information about the property. This is an older video. I've lowered the price, or we've lowered the price since then. These are the 3 lots. It's a cartoon of the 3 lots. This one lot has a little jag in it. It's not exactly rectangle, but it sets the stage of basically what this is. It's 3 lots by the water. And then the easements go up into here where you could put septic for each lot. Run the lines and put septic back into this area. The water wells are over here. The road comes in through here. That goes to you can see the road here sticking out. I can zoom in on it. So you can see the road here coming through the lots. And then there's room in between the road and the water where the engineering was done to put foundations. And these guys are right up along the water. I think I'd want to be back a little further than that. I think there's room in the properties to do that too. So if we zoom out, we see the area where this is Port Orchard over here. This is Seattle over here. So Port Orchard, the market is flying red hot, crazy hot. And I wanted to jump into that. So let's jump into, well, before we jump into that, let's jump into, I'm on Redfin. And so Redfin has this data center that's fun. And did I just say fun data? Sorry, you know what I mean. I'm a data guy. I like data. I think data's fun. Okay, so here's median sales price for the zip code that this is in. So it just jumped back. So in October of last year, it was 560. And in January of this year, it's 520. That's a 40, there's a change. That's happened in markets all across the country. Home sales in this zip code, they've been, stacking up more and more and more over time as the population's been growing and the markets have been going. In the middle of the winter, it's less sales than during the summer and fall. And pending sales are off their highs from the recent highs, 70s and 80s to 50 pending in this zip code. New listings, look at the new listings have been dropping right off, but it's seasonal. It happens the same, September or something. It piles up into September. Let's see when it piles up here. August. So here it's August is the peak of new listings. And then it's fallen off into the fall. Christmas is like the worst. December, well, this year it was January, it was horrible. 142 new listings compared to 255. And then inventory is like, look at that, less and less and less every year. So each one of these bumps is another year, less and less houses to choose from. So if you're in the area and you're trying to buy and sell, and there's not much of any choice, it's like hardly any inventory to go choose a house for sale. So the most recent one is 27 homes in this zip code. 27 homes. That's not much to choose from. That's like all different shapes and sizes and stuff. Active listings, I'm saying 193. I wanted to get to days on market. Where are we? Month supply. Days on market. Okay, this is what I was going at, and I got lost in the other numbers. What does this chart tell you? I mean, it just goes down and like next to nothing. The last year, days on market, it's nothing. Like, this is more normal. A couple of years ago, you put the house on there, and it's like 3 months before it sells. Or in the slow time of the year, or hot time of the year, it's 46 days before it sells. And it bounces around different times a year, coming up to, doesn't matter anymore. COVID happens, and like everything just starts going fast. 7 days on market, 5 days on market, 6, 7, 8 days on market. Now average is 9 days on market. Like, what's the real difference between 7 and 9 days on market, right? What does that tell you? The market is, people love this area, and they're moving in and they're buying up stuff that's for sale. And it's been that way for a while. And it's, for years, it's been getting more and more that way. And so if you buy some lots for me and you build some houses in this kind of scenario market, you're going to sell the houses. It's just about what price do you sell the houses at, right? And so now we got a price per square foot. So price per square foot, that is a chart. So the price, this is a price per square foot that they're selling houses in the area. 2013, it was like, $125 a square foot. 2021, 2022, wherever we're at now, I mean, we're at $274 price per square foot. And Luke, what does that mean? It means if you buy land and build on it for like $100 a square foot, you can sell it for $274 a square foot. Yeah, there's a lot more than just price per square foot. It depends what size house you're building and stuff. But this is just kind of a generic way of pointing at the prices per square foot the houses are selling are going up a lot. And so then we look at cost to build. And I don't have a chart of the cost to build, but I just Googled cost to build a house in Washington. And you can argue with me in the comments about how wrong and off I am and everything. But I'm just trying to make a point of like the basics here. And so I just Googled this, and it says the average cost per square foot would come out to $173. So if we go back to this chart, and it says the National Home Builders Association of whoever they are, $170 something a square foot average, and the average sales price is $270. That's like $100 a square foot over 170 something. What is that kind of margin? So $100 over 175-ish. It's like a 50, let's call it, it says 57, but let's call it a 50% margin, because we're going to sand it off for error, right? I'm always making mistakes. I'm sure you will too when you go build a house. Let's call it a 50% margin of like profitability margin on the cost to build a house versus what you can sell it for on the average numbers. And now if you take that idea and you slap it on some land that is, let's just refresh this, that's on the water, right? Well, if you do it on some land that's, come on, the map is going to blow up. On some land that's on the water, you're going to get more. It's just how it works, right? You get people that are more particular with the view and the tranquility of the water and the sunrise happening here and the birds flying by and the orcas doing their thing and chasing some salmon around or whatever they like to do. Maybe eating some pelicans. That'd be a sight for National Geographic, right? You get houses, you get fancy houses, and they're not very big. Like this one that just sold for $1.3 million is like, I think it was like 15 or 1600 square foot. And the average numbers I was just talking about are like $500,000 houses. So you build a little bugger on one of these lots and you sell it for a big dude price. You're gonna make more money per square foot than a lot of the other ones that are happening in the market. That's what I'm trying to say. Just walking it through the numbers, you should make a higher margin here than the averages because it's on the water. Now, if we jump out of that and we look at the markets, now keep that in mind. Here's the listing that we've got on this property and the realtor on here. You can contact Matt Magma. He's on here, his contact information, everything. He'll give you a tour and he's great. He'll run right over there, walk you through it, make it all happen, do all the paperwork and stuff. So we've got this one. Here's the local county. And if we look at other stuff, other land that's for sale on the water, I mean, we can compare it to the ones that aren't on the water. My prices are good enough that we can compare to the stuff that's not on the water. So stuff that's listing not on the water, $189,000 well, look at this one. This one's on the coast, but north of here. This is a fancier island, Bainbridge Island. They get fancier people. This one's not on the water, but look at this. They got their lot, little tiny lot, not on the water. You could come down the coast to mine and be on the water. You get one lot over here for $425,000, not on the water. Mine is 3 lots on the water for $333,000. They're asking $425,000. Their location is up here. My location is down here. They demand more money on this island. They're more hoity-toity, and they just, the social clubs and stuff brings them in, and that's where their people's friends are. But down here, you could be on the water for like a fraction of the price, and you've got the internet, so you can still communicate with them, or you could just drive up there and go visit. So here's me. Here's that other one, the 400. Here's 550, 95. These ones are not on the water, but I don't think these ones. There's some. It's hard to build some of these cheaper ones. Yeah, so 89. So here's a not on the water lot with a stream running through it, which in Washington is red flag. Good luck. Have fun getting past the regulators there. $89,000, $90,000 asking for one not on the water. It's got some tires and a hill. So there's a couple out there that are cheaper than mine that are not on the water. There's nothing cheaper than mine that's on the water that I know of that I can find. If you can find one, put it in the comments. Let's compare them. Like a per lot basis, mine's the cheapest. Like a lot of these things, these buildable looking lots are $100,000 plus. The low ends, like the 125, the $200,000 are the more realistic looking lots. So like 125, $200,000, I'm asking $111,000 per lot. So if you're a builder and you want to go use the same house plans times 3, ding, 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 with the highest margins for error that you can find, take a look at my lots. If we go and look at the sold prices, I mean, there's some down the coast I saw here that were doing like further south than me. They're doing like $160,000 on the water kinds of lots. I'm asking $111,000 per lot. In a hot market where you can sell the house fast, if you go build it, you could probably have it sold before you got it built. Just, pictures and ideas and diagrams. And if you know how to do that in your local, you could probably do it a lot better than I can. So there's the property, $333,000, Kitsap County, Washington. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.